Hello friends, welcome back to Tales by Hasiba. Today, I want to tell you something surprising. Most people believe that intelligent people are born different. They imagine that smart people have extraordinary memories, perfect grades, or special talents that others don't possess. But what if that's not true? What if intelligence is not about knowing more, but about thinking differently? Think about the wisest person you know. Maybe they are not the loudest person in the room. Maybe they don't have the most impressive degree. Maybe they don't always have the right answer. Yet somehow, when problems appear, they remain calm. When others panic, they stay focused. When everyone else argues, they listen. Why? Because truly intelligent people see the world differently. And today, I want to share 5 powerful habits that make them stand out. These habits are simple. Anyone can learn them. And if you begin practicing even one of them, you may notice something remarkable happen in your own life. You will feel calmer. You will make better decisions. And people will naturally start respecting your opinion. So let's begin. Habit number 1. They care more about understanding than being right. Imagine 2 people having an argument. One person is desperately trying to win. They interrupt. They defend themselves. They search for ways to prove the other person wrong. The second person does something different. Instead of fighting, they ask questions. They genuinely want to understand. Why do you feel that way? What made you think that? Can you explain your perspective? At first glance, this might seem weak, but in reality, it is one of the strongest things a person can do. Smart people know something important. Being right is not as valuable as learning something new. The moment you stop trying to win every conversation, you start gaining knowledge from every conversation. And knowledge is far more powerful than winning arguments. Habit number 2. They look beyond the immediate problem. Imagine standing 1 inch away from a painting. All you can see are random colors. Nothing makes sense. But when you step back, suddenly the entire picture appears. Life works the same way. Most people focus only on the problem directly in front of them. A failure becomes the end of the world. A rejection becomes proof they aren't good enough. One mistake becomes a personal disaster. But intelligent people zoom out instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" They ask, "What can this teach me?" They look for patterns. They search for lessons. And because of that, they solve problems that others cannot. Habit number 3. They focus only on what they can control. Many people spend their lives worrying. They worry about tomorrow. They worry about other people's opinions. They worry about situations they cannot change. But worry rarely solves anything. It simply steals energy. Smart people understand this. They separate life into 2 categories, things they can control and things they cannot. They focus all their attention on the first category. Their effort goes toward action, not anxiety. And because of that, they accomplish more while feeling less stressed. Habit number 4. They are comfortable with silence. In today's world, everyone seems to be talking. Few people are truly listening. The smartest people often speak the least, not because they have nothing to say, because they understand the value of thoughtful words. They listen carefully. They observe. They think before responding. And when they finally speak, people pay attention. Silence gives wisdom room to grow. Sometimes the strongest statement is not made with words. Sometimes it is made through patience. Habit number 5. They pause before they react. This habit may be the most powerful of all. Imagine someone insults you. Most people react instantly. Anger appears. Words are exchanged. The situation becomes worse. But intelligent people pause. Just for a moment. A single breath. A few seconds. That pause changes everything. It creates space between emotion and action. It allows logic to enter the room. And often, that small pause prevents mistakes that could last a lifetime. Smart people understand that every reaction is a choice, and the person who controls their reactions controls their life. Final thoughts. If you remember nothing else from today's story, remember this. Intelligence is not about knowing everything. It is about thinking differently. Ask questions instead of arguing. Look for lessons instead of problems. Focus on what you can control. Embrace silence. Pause before reacting. These habits may seem small, but over time, they can completely transform the way you experience life. The good news? You don't need to master all 5 today. Choose just one. Practice it this week and watch what happens. Because real intelligence isn't something you're born with. It is something you build, one decision at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it today. This is Tales by Hasiba. And remember, sometimes the smartest thing you can do is simply think before you react. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep growing.